Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for organic Bible study. It's free of MSG and GMOs and all that stuff. It's fresh. It's organic. It's great for you. A little bit today, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, studying the Psalms verse by verse. That's what we do here on Daily Dose Radio. Now, we've been studying Psalm 22 for the past several weeks. We're going to bring it to a close this week. Today, we're looking at verses 27 and 28. And here we have a picture of the church. And we have this picture of the church because of the subject of Psalm 22. Let's read verses 27 and 28. They will remember and return to the Lord, all the ends of the earth, and all the families of the nations will worship before you. For to the Lord is royalty. He will have dominion over the nations. Now you say, Pastor Dave, that doesn't sound like a church. That sounds like people groups and nations and stuff. Yes, but it is the church because they're returning to the Lord. And the only way that the Gentile nations return to the Lord is because Messiah has come, and he has died and paid the price for their sins, and now invites both Jew and Gentile. But remember, the gospel is first preached to the Jew, because it's to them that belong all the promises. Then the rest of the world is blessed in Abraham. So we have to remember that, and now all the world is coming, but they do so because there's a Savior who's died on the cross. They will remember and return to the Lord. All the ends of the earth and all the families of the nations. So the families of the nations are broken down into family groups. That's the way the Bible sees all the people groups of the world, broken down into family units. And of those families, people will come, and they will become members of the church because they believe in Jesus. And all the ends of the earth are going to be coming into the church. Now, it has been happening since the time of Pentecost. They have been coming. All the people groups of all the world have been coming to Jesus for now nearly 2,000 years. And so we have the ends of the earth all coming, all the families of the nations worshiping before you. If you could open a window between where you are and heaven right now, and you could look into heaven, you would see every tribe and tongue and language, every people group, every skin tone. You would see all of them, from the Eskimos in the Arctic to the Pygmies in Central Africa. You would see everybody there worshiping before the throne. It's not just one color, friends. It is all the nations of the world. They're there. But not just the nations, and I keep saying that, but it's the families of the nations, the family groups, the tribal groups, the ones who are named by the fathers who came from the flood. Those folks are the ones that are there worshiping, and that's how the Lord sees those groupings, as families of the nations. And they're there, and there's members from every one of them standing around the throne, and more are yet to come. The longer the gospel is preached, the more will go. The more will come to the Lord. They will worship before you, he says there at the end of 27. Notice 28. For to the Lord is royalty. This word royalty, it means that he has the throne. He has the kingdom. It comes really out of that word for kingdom or king, and it means that he's the royal seed. He's the one who has the divine right. He's the one who has the genetic right through David. He's the one that has the divine right coming from the throne of God. So to him is loyalty, and he will have dominion. Now, dominion is the authority then exercised over. So royalty is the right. Dominion is the exercising of that right. So not only does he have the right, but he exercises that right over the nations. Thank God we have a sovereign on the throne. Now join me tomorrow. We'll look at verses 29 through 31 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.